Hey, Anne, thanks for taking the time to chat with me today. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about your experience at EXP and those kind of things. But before I get into that, just give us a little bit about your background. You have been a business owner before. What kind of businesses have you owned?
Well, early on, worked in family businesses, grocery shops, Saturday girl, that kind of thing. And then the kind of my best success, would you say, would be a family daycare centre
Okay.
in Scotland. Yeah, so
I was just
employed.
going to say, just to clarify, was that in Australia or was that in Scotland? But yeah.
Yeah, in Scotland. It was actually the business that allowed me to apply for a business visa so I was state sponsored through my business.
To move to Australia. Yeah.
Cool.
And when you came, you had another little business.
We did. My hubby, by default, we thought about a daycare centre, and then employment law in Australia was very scary when we looked into it. And so that was something that made us kind of rethink that, to do it on our own. And so my husband, soccer, he was a soccer coach, as a hobby in Scotland. Yep. And it was just turn my phone off there. It was just something that he was going to take up as a hobby. He
Yep.
ended up getting offered a kind of contract to do coaching around the Peel region. Yep. And so we just decided we'd jump in, and that became our visa, our business visa. So it was temporary. And then after a couple of years, we became permanent. So.
Beautiful.
So if you go into one of the small WA Perth small businesses from about, 15 years ago, there's,
there you
success
are.
in Australia. Woohoo! Soccer coaching. Never kicked a ball, but it got us into Australia. So that's good.
No, that's fantastic. And let's move a little bit about talking about your real estate career. How long have you actually, or when did you start being involved in real estate sales?
So 2010, October 2010, was when I got my registration.
Yeah.
Really did it a bit homesick. Always loved, as most people do, always interested in property. Could I make money from it? But my main thing was I do like the kind of people and that kind of bit of it. So so again, just went into an agency once inquiring about a block of land, and I got chatting, you should do your course. So and saying that, it was interesting. It wasn't, I'd like to say I learned lots of what to do, but I learned lots of what not to do. So and then
just reflecting on your real estate career, you've always worked for I suppose what the industry would describe as a boutique office. So not a franchise brand or a national brand, but just a boutique office where it's either located in the community, or I know when we were both at a different brand, it was still owned by one person, and there was a couple of boutique offices around Perth and whatnot. And so you have had that experience where you've had a lot of office support and all that kind of thing. When did you transition to EXP?
So October, so that's a year past in October, 2 years in October. October, is that 20?
Yeah, I reckon it was 20. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that was COVID came, and then I thought, all these offices are shutting. Let's give this a go. So because you weren't allowed in an office anyway, so I was as well. And then of course you were there, so my safety net was there in case I needed it.
Yeah. So Anne and I started a relationship. We were competitors at first, and then eventually we ended up working together at another office. And then Anne went to another boutique office when I came to EXP. That was right around the corner from her place, and she had that experience for a year, and then she was ringing me often to talk about questions and whatnot, and we were just talking about the industry. So eventually, when COVID did hit and things were a bit crazy, she said, might as well just jump on board, take a risk, take a punt, and and go for it. And talking about that, we will get into maybe a little bit more detail, but you've been here for 18 months, let's say. And how do you like it?
Yeah, just to say you love it. So obviously, like everything, you have your challenges like you do in real estate, but people I work with, the support that I have, I've never had better, and I thought that I would have less. That's what I thought. The idea of the things I didn't like about working in an office are no longer there. So so it's been amazing, and although not dwelling on financially, and that it has been, it's been a very good move.
So I'm just going to tick through some boxes, because I know somebody watching this video, they will very much respect you in the industry. And I just wanted to clarify for yourself. So you are now a shareholder with EXP.
It's very exciting. Never had shares before.
I was going to say, have you been a shareholder at any of the other companies?
No.
And were you ever offered shares at any of the other companies?
Never. And that wasn't the reason I came to EXP.
No, I know
that wasn't. It was just like, shares. Okay, it's a bit. Right, what do I do with these? And then so great. No, I think I got some more again this year. Every year or something, you get them. So I'm not overly clued up, but everything, they just keep giving me money, and I just keep taking it.
No, that's really good. And the reason I asked that is just to confirm to those that are watching this video that it's a real thing. They actually give you shares. So it's, other companies will give you a paper certificate saying, well done. And we give paper, but it's actually shares ownership in the company.
And the reason I know is because I have to take it to my accountant. I know that they're real.
That's really good. And so just you alluded to it because you're very modest, and I love that. You alluded to the fact that it's been a decent move financially for you.
Yes.
What's your current commission split?
100%. So in 18 months, I think I've had, so if you work it out, I've had, would it be 8 months? Well, I don't know, but 8 months that I shared any of my commission. And then, so far, I think it's like 10 months I've had. It's been all mine.
Yeah, that's really fantastic. I want to ask you a couple of questions in regards to just like listing and selling properties. A couple of things. So has anyone not bought a house that you had for sale because you were with the brand EXP?
No. I'm going to give COVID a little bit of, like, because where I thought before you needed the brand, and then COVID came, and then everybody, even the older people, which is a lot of my kind of, referral business and repeat, they're not interested. They're not interested now about the shop front. Oh, you don't need an office. Everybody, they just don't ask. They really don't. No. The odd person will say, oh, do you have an office? And I'll say, well, we do have, but you know what? It's all me.
And it's just interesting to see how that's really transitioned, because we were working in a brand before together that had a tremendous office front.
Yes.
And whatnot. And so we have worked in that environment where it was really great. But as you say, because of the way technology has progressed, and the way that not just technology, but the way that people shop has changed so much. I mean, people are just ordering their groceries online, so why not their real estate agent? Like
there's just not that expectation anymore. And I think people are saying, I know one of my older guys said to me, oh, well, that's good. So you'll be a wee bit better in your commission if you're not paying the rates, you get that. So but there you go. I mean, it means that you can be more flexible in your approach, and which is what I love about it. I'm not judged by fellow colleagues or anything like that because of, I maybe never, went the highest, certainly not going the lowest, but just went where I thought it was fair for what competitors are charging. You're allowed to do that. It's amazing.
And I love that flexibility, but I want to go back to where you first came to EXP. What were some of your fears that you had coming across?
Well, obviously the admin side of things, because I'm not that smart on the computer.
Okay.
I'm getting better. Do you know what I mean? Look, I zoomed in. It only took me a couple of minutes today, but so I did think that it would be the administration side of it, and perhaps I'd maybe have to get help from, maybe employ someone. You think, or maybe get a couple of days a week to catch. But as it's turned out, I've had my busiest time. The support.
So just stop for a second. We're in COVID. The market has improved. You've had your busiest time in real estate ever?
Yes. I've done my own, most of my own administration. I do have you, and I've got like Kirsten, the support that you have in the background. And I'm sure that it's not always correct, but at the end of the day, it all gets sorted. And no judging, load it up. It's just worked out a treat for me. It really has. And not saying that I'm old, Rob, but getting, feeling smarter, feeling financially more secure at the stage in your life where you start to worry where you're going. I would say that hasn't happened. I've become more confident in a lot of areas that I feared to do before. So. Yep. And I think when you're not working in close knit to, although colleagues and EXP, you're not competing. Although we've got a great team, there's not the competition that. So I'm a wee bit frightened to make myself look silly, which I do often. Whereby in any EXP, you just don't have. You feel there's a comfortable feeling. You feel safe, looked after. But at the same point as you certainly challenge your own, what you can do. Like it's, if you make a mistake, you can sort it. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm a bit slow, so it maybe takes me maybe 6 or 7 attempts to get there. But the girls in the background, patience, and before you know it, you're doing it, and you don't realise that. I mean, I've maybe listed, I don't know how many houses, but I don't know, 25, 30 or something, and I can't believe that I've actually loaded them, done all that myself, so it's good. So.
And when you get those 100% commission splits as well, you kind of think, it's okay. I'll power through this.
Yeah, you know that you've made it when you start getting cross at the tax man.
No, that's so good, so good. And when you're thinking about the way you're able to interact with your clients, I mean, that's really your strong point. Referral, repeat clients, or that kind of stuff. Does EXP allow you to do business in the way that you're comfortable with doing business?
Yeah, there is no pressure on you to conform to. I do very little on Facebook. You help me out, and you give me enough support to do what that I have that maybe for myself I feel like I should be offering, but nobody's saying you have to do this way, you have to do it that way. I suppose the only thing is the team that we've got. Ethically and morally, we've got a great bunch, which means is you're not working under a banner that somebody's kind of
the dodgy
that's
brothers
letting you down. That's letting you down. So no, it's great. So
very, very good. And if someone was there and watching this video and they're at a traditional real estate brand and they're maybe second guessing moving to a cloud-based real estate company, With your technical background and your technical skills, do they have anything to fear?
No, honestly, just if anybody's out there and they want, give me a call, I will tell them I had the basic knowledge, you know, so definitely not. And you will be surprised at how much you do know that you don't think you know. And I think you just need, it's just the fear of, I suppose it is, you don't do it because you're embarrassed, whereby that just doesn't happen. It's just, yeah, it's been, as I say, amazing. Not to be the old cliche, an amazing journey.
Well, what I like to watch is the fact that you're able to do business the way that you've always wanted to do business. You're able to do it without feeling intimidated by others around you. But probably the most important thing is that your clients follow you. They are engaged with you. They trust you, and you've been able to have your best years in real estate since coming to EXP in the middle of a pandemic. So that's just absolutely fantastic.
Yep, sure. Amaze myself. My husband and my son go, "You're doing great, Mum." And I go, "I know."
Oh, that's so good. Ann Smith, thank you for joining us on this little video. I know that video is not your favorite thing, so I am honored that you actually said yes to actually do this video. And we just continue to look forward to you doing amazing things in real estate for your clients. Thanks.
Thank you very much, and thanks.